Thank you. Thank you, Chancellor Motley and Vice Chancellor Titus, for this honor. Thank you for including Boston State College athletes into this Hall of Fame. Thanks to your staff, they made this job a lot easier. Thank you for letting me park on the lacrosse field. I will tell you, it's not the first time a lacrosse player from Boston State parked on a college lacrosse field and celebrated. Thank you for the selection committee for accepting my nomination. Thanks to Dick Kelly for your guidance in the process. And congratulations to my fellow Hall members. Thank you to my Boston State teammates for the honor of my nomination. It was a while ago, but I remember the practices leading up to my first game. A number of players came up to me and said something like, "We had Jaeger for 4 years, and we won a lot. You better not suck." I don't know if these are twisted words of encouragement or a threat, but I hope the nominations means I did okay. Coach Webb led the Boston State teams for 10 years. There are probably 70, 80, maybe 90 players that played for him in that time frame. Coach Webb is here tonight, as well as 30 players from Boston State. They're here supporting me, but they're here supporting all of the members of the Hall of Fame. We were Webb warriors. Rule number 1, we practice at 100%. Rule number 2, we won games. Rule number 3, we protected our teammates. And rule number 4 was, we never say anything bad about someone's mother. I don't know why. We all lived in the area, and we all had similar backgrounds. We were the product of our blue-collar families. We all knew the merits of dedication and hard work, and most of us paid our own way through college. And many of us paid more in parking tickets than tuition. We did not play for trophies or awards. We played for the thrill of the competition and the respect of our teammates. If you were a very talented lacrosse player, you were not put on a pedestal. You were expected to play like a very talented lacrosse player. If you were inexperienced, then you were expected to play a fast and physical game and contribute to the team any way that you could. We didn't have people, we were the people. We were the crew that lined our own lacrosse field before every game. We broke the cages down every day, put them in someone's car, and drove them out to Smithfield 5 miles away, day in and day out. That was our job. Except for my parents and Bussy Adams' parents, most of the time we were our only fans. I'd like to thank my wife and my 3 kids, Caitlin, Tommy, and Megan. You inspire me to work hard to be a better father and husband. You obviously weren't there when I played lacrosse, but for me, this Hall of Fame is like winning a lottery, and I want you to share in the moment. I hope you find your winning ticket someday. Thank you to my older brothers, Bob and Rich, another Bob Ferraro, for insisting that I play lacrosse instead of baseball. They say baseball is a better game without me. Thank you to my twin brother, Joe. He took thousands of shots on me in our backyard. You had an accurate shot that was heavy and hard. And you taught me to make a proper save with my stick or it was going to hurt. You definitely made me sore, but a better goalie. Thank you to my parents, Mary and Joe Ferraro. As young kids, we would talk to you at the dinner table about what we wanted to be when we grew up. Your advice was always the same: work hard and just be the best that you can be. We watched you work at least 2 jobs at a time to pay the bills, but you always made it to my high school games and my lacrosse games. Thanks to Coach Webb, you made lacrosse a great experience. I try to share your energy and passion for the game with the young kids that I coach today. You also shared my parents' best that you can be philosophy, and with your guidance, I learned that I can push myself harder to succeed. Thanks to Bussy Adam, we were rivals in high school. In our senior year, my team, Framingham North, beat his Newton North team to get into the state playoffs. Right after the game, I had to drive into Boston State to meet Coach Webb. You were standing there. You were still in a state of rage from the loss that you didn't talk to me for months after. You finally warmed up to me enough to borrow my car one night, and you totaled it. But you also introduced me to my wife, so you're forgiven. Thanks to Dan Hayes for your friendship, your spiritual guidance, and for keeping the history of Boston State lacrosse. You have an amazing memory for every detail of every play, of every game ever played at Boston State. And somehow you keep the glory fresh every year. Thanks to Arthur Murphy for your passionate play on the lacrosse field. You played each game like it was your last. You pushed each of us to play like you did. Losing was never an option. You were not a flashy scoring machine, but you shut down the opposing top scorers on every team we played against. You played a major part in our team's low goals against average and my personal save percentage. You can teach skills, but not the passion that Arthur had for the game. Your teammates know how much you contributed to our success. There is a tradition in lacrosse that each game starts with players lining up against each other in the spirit of good sportsmanship and give a friendly handshake to your opponent. I learned from Arthur that this is the only time that you could break rule number 4, talking bad about someone's mother. Thanks to Kevin and Andrea Varner, more than 15 years ago we started a medals business. With your support and your hard work, 80 hours a week or more, we survived the bad economic waves. Like my experience at Boston State, we work hard every day, we meet obstacles head on, and we try to win all of the time. Under Coach Webb, we're usually the team to beat. I talk to people today that I see that have no connection with the team other than they have heard of our Boston State lacrosse program. They use words to describe us like crazy, nasty, fast, and tight-knit. But they also say, Boston State lacrosse players were winners. I'm proud to say I am one of Webb's warriors. Thank you.